Revenge or forgiveness? One choice changed everything. A young man, burning with anger, sought out the village's wisest elder. His fists clenched, eyes blazing, he demanded justice for a wrong done to him. But the old sage's words stopped him in his tracks. "Before you seek revenge, ask yourself if it's worth it," the wise man said, his voice gentle but firm. "Revenge might feel good for a moment, but it won't bring you true happiness." The young man hesitated, his resolve wavering. "But if I don't get even, won't everyone think I'm weak?" he asked, his voice tinged with uncertainty. The old man's eyes twinkled with understanding. "True strength comes from within, my boy. It takes far more courage to forgive than to seek revenge. If you can find it in your heart to let go of your anger, you'll discover a peace you never knew existed." Those words hit home. The young man's shoulders relaxed, the fire in his eyes dimming. He thanked the elder and left, his steps lighter, his heart less burdened. But the story doesn't end there. As he walked through the village, lost in thought, he stumbled into a group of children playing. One little girl, no more than 7, fell and scraped her knee. Without thinking, he helped her up, offering a kind word and a smile. The girl's mother, watching nearby, was touched by his gentleness. She approached, curious about the change she saw in the young man she'd known to be hot-headed. "What happened to you?" she asked, genuine surprise in her voice. "You seem different." He smiled, a warmth spreading through his chest. "I learned something today," he said. "Something about the power of forgiveness." As he shared the wise man's words, a small crowd gathered, drawn by the story. People nodded, recognizing the truth in the elder's wisdom. Some even shared their own experiences with forgiveness, how it had changed their lives for the better. The young man realized he wasn't alone in his struggle. Everyone had faced moments where they wanted revenge, but choosing forgiveness had set them free. Inspired, he made a decision. He would seek out the person who had wronged him, not for revenge, but to offer forgiveness. It wouldn't be easy, but he knew it was the right path. Word of his choice spread through the village like wildfire. People watched, curious to see what would happen. When the two men finally met, tension crackled in the air. But instead of angry words or fists, there was a moment of silence, then a hesitant handshake. It wasn't perfect. Years of hurt don't disappear in an instant. But it was a start, a seed of forgiveness planted, ready to grow. The village buzzed with the news. The wise old man's teachings had sparked a change, not just in one person, but in the entire community. People began to look at their own grudges differently, wondering if forgiveness might be the key to their own happiness. The young man found himself transformed. Where once anger had consumed him, he now felt a sense of peace. He started helping others, sharing the wisdom he'd learned. His story became a beacon of hope for those struggling with their own desire for revenge. One day, as he helped an elderly woman carry her groceries, she asked him, "Why are you so kind? You used to be so angry all the time." He smiled, remembering his own journey. "I learned that true strength isn't about getting even," he said. "It's about having the courage to forgive even when it's hard." The woman nodded, tears in her eyes. "I wish I'd learned that lesson years ago," she said. "I've been holding on to so much anger for so long." Right there in the middle of the street, the young man listened as she poured out her story, and together, they took the first steps towards her own path of forgiveness. This is the power of one act of kindness, one moment of wisdom shared. It ripples outward, touching lives in ways we can never predict. So, what about you? Is there someone in your life you need to forgive? Someone you've been holding a grudge against? Maybe it's time to let go, to choose the path of true strength. Remember, forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing what happened. It means freeing yourself from the burden of anger and resentment. It's a gift you give yourself as much as the other person. Think about it. What could change in your life if you chose forgiveness over revenge? How might it transform your relationships, your community, even the world around you? The choice is yours. Will you hold on to your anger, letting it eat away at your happiness? Or will you find the courage to forgive, to break the cycle of hurt and start anew? Don't let this moment pass you by. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and picture the person you need to forgive. It might be scary, it might feel impossible, but remember, true strength comes from within. You have the power to change your story, just like the young man in our tale. Will you take that first step? If this story touched your heart, if it made you think about forgiveness in a new way, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Tag a friend who's struggling with anger or resentment. Let them know they're not alone, that there's another way. And if you want more stories like this, stories that inspire and challenge us to be our best selves, hit that follow button. Together, we can create a community of kindness, one act of forgiveness at a time. Remember, it only takes one moment, one choice, to change everything. Will today be that day for you? Drop a heart in the comments if you're ready to choose forgiveness. Let's spread this message of hope and healing far and wide, because in a world that often seems dark and divided, your choice to forgive could be the light that changes everything. Are you ready to be that light?